Okay, Graciela, I've made you the presenter.
Hi,
How are you?
Good, good. How are you today?
Oh, it's so great to hear your voice again, Graciela. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, same here. Nice to
All
be
right,
here.
so I just want to make a few comments about you. Graciela has one of the calmer demeanors of anyone I've interviewed. Her work is excellent. Why don't we open it up? You could follow her on Twitter at F.A.C.E. She lives in Costa Rica, so you know, that's the Tica part of it, right, Graciela?
Right, correctly. Everything is small.
Okay, so here's the key question. I know that you succeed in the markets. You're not always right, but you have a pretty good hit rate. How long did it take you before you felt that you were a proficient and more consistent trader? Period of months, period of years before you really had the epiphany and felt like the pro that I call you?
It took a couple of years. I started studying in 2006, and I started like everybody with a lot of indicators and wasn't sure what I was doing. So it took me about a couple of years to decide how I wanted to trade, how to make my decisions, and from then on, yeah, and since 2010, I became independent. I lived from my own trading.
Okay, so then you've really gone through an evolutionary process. You know, I tell people, why should they expect to be proficient 6 months into it? I mean, if you're a carpenter, you start off as an apprentice, and then you're a journeyman, and then you're a master. Why shouldn't it take at least a few years of training and experience? Because you can't learn experience. You had to live through what you lived through for the first 2 years to learn from your mistakes and recognize what works. So, you know, people have to be patient with themselves. That's my advice, not to try and make it happen overnight. And you agree with that?
Yes, totally. And I feel that that is the problem with all the marketing hype that goes around the financial markets, and especially Forex, where they sell that you're going to make a lot of money with a $500 account, and that's just not true, but people want to believe it, and that's the way that they enter the market, and of course they're going to crash, they're going to lose all the money that they have because there are a lot of pros out here and they're making money. So yes, I think that it's just like going to college, just like learning any profession. You have to go study and then practice.
You gave me a flashback to when I was in front of the membership committee at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, when I got a divisional seat index options market to trade S&Ps, options, lumber, etc. And they were interviewing me, and you know, I felt like a fresh piece of meat the way they were looking at me. You know, because it's the new guys. Now it's not floor traders that pick your pockets. It's the black boxes and algos if you're not experienced. So we're looking at Aussie CAD here.
Yes, I have a couple of charts that I'm following up or stalking that they might be setting up soon. So I want to share them and see what you guys think.
I rarely trade this pair, but tell me about the characteristics of this pair and what attracts you to Aussie CAD.
Okay, what I do, I track 25 instruments because I trade on the higher time frames. I look at monthly, weekly, and daily, and then narrow my entries on the 4-hour charts.
That's
so
right. I forgot. You use a telescope.
Right. So for me to have enough entries during the month, I need to look at different instruments. So I have a bag of 25 instruments, and they all behave a little bit different. So what I do, I follow them up, and when they're ready, I go. So here's a few that I'm following up, and my analysis is very basic. I just basically use a multiple time frame. I look at candles, support resistance, supply and demand areas. I use Fibonacci levels, the monthly averages mostly as support and resistance also. So here
Okay,
what I'm
what
looking at.
are all those lines on your chart, different moving averages, the green, the blue, the red?
Right, right.
Okay.
This is 21, 55, 100, and 200 simple and exponential.
Okay, great.
So they're going to be used as support and resistance mostly. That's how I
Okay,
use them.
okay,
So I'm looking at 3 Australian crosses. This is the first one, which very simply we can see the patterns, and the higher time frame is stronger. So
right.
last month we closed up here hitting this top line again of the triangle again. So I'm thinking this could go down again. So I start drilling down. So I see this possible head and shoulders on the daily chart, and I'm watching it on the 4-hour chart to see if it's able to break. It's been hitting this level for 4 days now. So hopefully it'll give in and it'll be able to move down. And
Key point, Graciela. When Graciela drills down, she drills down to a daily. When most scalpers or swing traders drill down, they're drilling down to a 15-minute, a 5-minute. So for someone that uses a telescope, a daily is a drill down. So that's a lesson that, you know, I'm not being too micro, that you don't have to know about what's happening on a 5 or 15-minute chart to be successful, because I've seen Graciela successful on her calls. So the smallest time frame you go to is a 4-hour.
A 4-hour, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I live in a beautiful country, so I like to be outside too. I don't want to be in my computer all day. So
Right.
4-hour I find is very stable. It's not so much noise from the news. The stop losses areas, they don't get hit as much. So I like it. So if this is able to break, I'll be taking a bounce on a Fibonacci level. And since this is coming from a monthly pivot, I will let it run all the way to the other side of the pattern. That would be around this area of 0.96. So that's a lot of hits. So that's what I try to do. And as the price goes down, then I'll be moving the stop losses and adding new positions. Another one that I'm looking at is...
Do you take partial profits, or you ride the whole thing and the only thing that takes you out is your trailing stop?
I do take partial profits, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is another one on the Australian process, and it's basically the same idea. It's been hitting resistance here for several months, so I'm thinking that since it's in a short trend, that it can go down again, but it needs to really break this level, the 75 level, which is support over here. It's a trend line, there's the moving averages, there's a pivot in here too, plus there's the 0-0. So for me to consider it, it really needs to break that level, and the same, I'll be selling on a test of the broken trend line, and I'll ride it all the way down to the 72 area.
Okay, that looks like that would be like, I'm just ballparking, about 78.6 back from the rally from 71.60 to 77. So basically you have a bearish view with what you're seeing in Aussie and Aussie CAD.
Right.
Okay.
Bearish.
Right. Got it.
And then I also have the Aussie New Zealand.
Oh, that's something that, okay, interesting. Because long term I'm bullish, but I saw that failing rally up there last week. You're looking for a potential breakdown under 107.90-ish?
Right, right. And, and here is, for example, how I use the moving averages for bounces as resistance, resistance, resistance. And here,
look at that.
The last 3 weeks, it's been using it as a resistance also. So I'm thinking it's going to do the same as it did before.
What moving average is it? Is that the 200 up there, that brown line?
Yes, that's the 200 exponential. Okay. So I see the market as human, because we're behind it, and we humans it's easier for us to do what we are used to doing, what we have done before, than to change. So if it has hit this level and fall, hit this level and fall, it's probably going to do that again. That's my way of thinking. So
you know, that is really, that's a pearl. That really is a pearl. So the markets are like human beings. It takes a lot for us to change, right? Yeah, normally it takes a crisis for human beings to change. So what you're saying is markets don't change unless there's something dramatic that happens, and it's going to continue in the same direction. Really an interesting metaphor, Graciela.
Thank you. So here I'm also looking at this possible head and shoulders pattern, which I also need to break the 0,800, 0,750 area for it to really start moving. And this is the kind of setup that I like if they come from the monthly or from the weekly, because they have a small stop loss and they have a big potential to rally down all the way down to 102. 60, 103 area, so that's about 500 feet if it's able to break down here.
Okay, do you see anything at say like 630 that you'll be eyeballing where you have a confluence on your daily, you have a lot of moving averages coming in there,
right?
And kind of a breakout area for the pair?
Right, because yes, we have all this support over here. So this is probably going to give it a pullback. If we're able to break over here, this is going to be the first take profit. And here a lot of people which are working this way are going to take profit, and the price is going to go back, hopefully to this area again, and here we can sell again. We might touch this level 2, 3, 4 times, I don't know, and hopefully you'll be able to break and then continue on down. But yes, because we had a wedge over here before, which we broke to the outside, and it wants to come down and test it. So it'll like in steps.
So just like the markets are like humans that go in the direction they're going, the markets also have a memory, and the markets will come back. If you look left on a chart, that's the market's memory. Looking right is the future, looking left is the memory of the market. Memories! Remember that song? Memories! Like, So, you know, I'm hardly singing in here now. So anyway, what else you have for F.A.C.E?
I have a pound New Zealand.
Okay. Pound Kiwi.
Which I'm trying to break this channel to the downside. It's really in a horizontal range over here in the monthly. And it hit over here before, fell, hit over here. So I'm trying to see if it's able to come down again to the 168 area. That's about 1,000 pips. So that's interesting to me. But I have to see it break this trend line and start moving down to that side. But again, the moving average, the longer term moving average, has been stopping it for the last week and doesn't let it move up again. So it's just a matter of them picking up volume and then moving short.
The other scenario is on the weekly, since you don't have anything yet, that it could work towards that trend line and your blue moving average first, right?
That would be even better. This would be an even much better place to sell it.
At 83-ish, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
183.
Great looks. Excellent looks.
Thank you. Then I have pound Australia, the Australian again.
Yeah, it looks weaker than the pound Kiwi.
Yeah. Which I'm just looking to see if this moving average gave it resistance previously. So I'm thinking last week it stopped it. So I'm trying to see if it pushes it down. The trend line is all the way up there. So usually, but there's another one over here. So usually I like it to look at the external trend line. But the market's going to do what it's going to do, not what I want it to do. So
Exactly.
I'm looking at this level over here. This was a head and shoulders before, so it can be just testing the neckline again over here, and then be able to move down again. If it's able to move down, this one doesn't have like a lot of room to the support. The support is around 160, but it's still, from the weekly, it's still good pitch. So it'd be worth it to monitor and see.
Okay, so that would be your approximately your target.
Right.
Longer term. And you don't have a trigger until it breaks the green uptrend line?
Yes, and it needs to break on the daily, yeah.
Okay.
My first trigger comes from the daily chart.
Okay. Great looks, Graciela.
Thank you. And
Go
then
ahead.
I have CAD yen, which, let me see, here are some trades I took yesterday, and I'm bullish now. But this
You're
is a retracement.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a retracement. I took it here yesterday. I made a big pullback with the S&P movement yesterday, but it just barely made my stop losses, which are down here below the previous day low, and they're profitable again. But I'm bullish, and I'm seeing this as a retracement to then sell again.
We're
So
up around 84 and a half or so? Or 85 and a half?
Which one?
I think it looked like 84 and a half on the Aussie yen that you were showing. You're looking for a rally. It was the previous chart.
Yeah.
And it was on the
Aussie yen, what I'm looking at is this trend line on the weekly. So I'm trying to see if it bounces over here to the upside. So I bought it down here. I bought it yesterday, and I'm trying for it to go up to around 85, which is the neckline of the head and shoulders over here. And then I'm going to, if it gets up there, it's a retracement. Retracements are usually riskier, because it's going against the major trend. And
I had the line in the sand. I had the line in the sand around 85.80 for the breakdown. So you have a little different channel, but we shouldn't close back over 86 or something else is going on, right?
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah. Retracement is very normal. Around the 85 to 86, which is where all the these moving averages is, and the neckline of the head and shoulders. But it could go up there. I still believe that it can go up there. So I pretty much have the same view on the yen crosses, that they might be making a retrace and then resume the downtrend. So on the CAD yen, this is the only one that I have not bought yet, and I'm looking at a possible bounce to test the 84 area.
Yeah.
And then for it to sell again. So it's still respecting this flag or channel going down.
Okay, it's definitely in a downtrend. That down channel you have is your. I know it's only a forecast, but you think that we could accelerate through the bottom line on the next break, and then you'll have a different pattern if we take out the return line of the downtrend? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these usually break the upside. So here, all this week we are touching it, and this could be an inverted head and shoulders for a move up.
Okay.
But since all these weeks have been going down, I'm still thinking, and also the monthly is still lower high, so this is still going down. So that's why I'm thinking that it could sometime break to the downside, which they do sometimes. Most of the time break to the upside, but sometimes they break to the downside. So we have to be patient. Yeah.
What's the temperature on the beach today?
It's about 82, something like that today.
And what's the water temperature?
Oh, it's 70. Yeah, very nice.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to jump into my transporter.
Our water Yes, come visit. Anytime, anytime.
So Graciela is living the dream, but it took a lot of hard work. It took 2 years. She's macro. For her to drill down as a 4-hour chart, only after she sees something on the daily, you may want to take it to heart. If you notice, Blake also uses a telescope. The better traders that I've interviewed, and I've interviewed 700, they know how to have a macro view and a bias, like Blake says, having a bias, and then use their shorter term work to establish trades that fit with that bias, just like Graciela is doing and has demonstrated today. So you have a view here in Euro?
Yes, this is the last chart that I have, and I am working on these trend lines over here. It has been using them as support.
Yeah.
So we have to see tomorrow with NFP.
The NFP, yeah.
Right, to see if it's able to move up.
Right. So your bias. So your breakdown is under the second trend line, and and getting above, say, the 23.6 and that green moving average would be a kind of a positive sign for you initially.
Right. Right. And we have to remember that we are on a range. We're not trending on the euro. So anything, if we can buy at the bottom, let it run all the way to the top, or when we get to the top, let it run all the way.
Yeah, we've pretty much been in a range for 1.5 years now.
Yeah. People forget that.
So, they're putting people to sleep, and then one day it'll wake up and people won't know what to do. So, great presentation again. Thanks for accepting the invitation, Graciela.
Thank you. Let me see how.
Good hunting, and you're welcome in F.A.C.E anytime. I know the hours aren't as great for you because it's late for you, but you're welcome to join our community and at any time, and appreciate that you came here as a guest today.
No, thank you very much for inviting me anytime. I really enjoy talking to you. Yeah,
and thanks for edifying the whole community with some great views on Aussie crosses and yen crosses and the euro. I appreciate it, and we'll do this again down the road.
Sure. Thank you. And this is a great community that you're building. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Everyone thank Tika, and you can follow her at FX Tika. See everyone tomorrow. Adios.